Welcome to Trope RPG, a show where chaotic comedians roleplay through your favorite movie genres. This season, we've been inspired by films like The Mummy and Indiana Jones to play through a classic adventure movie. It's the 1930s, and a gang of explorers seek an ancient treasure with rumored supernatural powers. And of course, they're not the only ones on the trail. Our explorers are Mark Bonanno,
Turned into a pile of cum and a couple of eggs.
Harry Jun,
Yes.
Naked Yeti.
Jordan Raskopoulos,
I was the #1 vaudeville act in Western London in 1874.
and Lena Moon.
Is the diarrhea killing me?
I'm Matthew Jackson, and this is Trope RPG Hunt for the Golden Rib. Welcome, everybody. Oh, look at these outfits. This is, if we could just take a moment, this is amazing.
It's good to
Okay, yeah, great. Those really do cut off. You know, we don't, everyone's standing. I'm not going to stand. You don't get to know.
Who's got the longest pants?
There's so much leg on this.
Actually, I have to stand. The internet will say things.
I love the amount of leg.
20-80%.
Yeah, it's great. It's a
Portion
deep tuck.
here, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
deep
real.
tuck.
And we can all just...
I sure hope it's set in the desert.
We're in the snow.
I think it actually might be the snow.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Oh, amazing. Oh, how's everybody feeling for this adventure for
Adventurous.
the Golden Rib?
Very excited.
Very keen.
Excited to see what kind of rib.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of rib
It's gonna
it
be
is.
golden.
It's going to be golden.
Yeah.
Oh.
But is it a piece of a...
Maybe they
Maybe
remove
some sort of creature?
They remove the rib so it
Yeah.
can suck its own.
Yeah, and
Or is it a corn
for
rib?
whose pleasure
know.
is it ribbed?
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
exactly.
What kind? There are so many ribs.
Yeah, it's
I think
interesting.
we've said all of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, there's got to be one
Yeah,
more.
if there's a big frog,
Yes, yeah, it could be a
it could be ribbed.
Well, that one.
A frog frozen in time halfway through speech.
And you can see like the sound waves frozen in
It
gold.
could be a baby back rib.
Yeah.
It could be like a you know,
little
like
joke.
a
Yeah.
joke.
a rib tickler.
It's a
rib
joke.
tickler.
We're looking for
Yeah.
a joke book.
Yeah.
It's good because you guys just kind of like heard what I said and were like, I'm going to prove her wrong. She's stupid for saying that.
Well,
That's what I have. That's what I have.
I'm trying to yes hands with the improv.
So that's cool. Great way to start as a gang, friend.
Yeah, and a great attitude from you. Going forward.
You showed some security within yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Some stellar teamwork already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that your characters are? So we're going to be joining in a moment, like all of your characters as a team, as a gang,
As a rat king.
as a king, all your legs
together.
tangled
Big
together.
transform.
But do you think that you've all been working together for a very long time? Is that the vibe?
Well, it's hard to say.
I think I'm the newest member of the team, potentially.
Yeah.
Chronologically.
Yes,
Yeah.
which will reveal as to why
No,
in
yeah.
maybe less than
Yeah,
2
should we maybe
minutes,
very
but-
quickly like get like the character archetypes you've got going around? So Mark,
Yes.
you are playing.
I'm playing the helpful child.
That's great. We'll get into it a little bit more.
Okay,
Harry,
great.
who are you playing?
I am playing the shunned professor.
Amazing, awesome. Lena, who are you playing?
I'm playing the beautiful archaeologist, no pressure.
You're nailing it. You're
Yeah, cool. There's definitely some surgeries I would have gotten done before.
And Jordan?
I'm the famed explorer.
Okay, and with those
Brackets, beautiful.
That's actually weird because I don't see that there. I just see that on mine.
Just see it here.
Mine's helpful
that's
child, but
true.
it says hot AF.
I didn't write that. All
I
right,
did. That's
so
why I got
Oh,
shunned.
right, yes, very
we
good.
will join these four deep underground in an ancient Peruvian temple as you sprint. You are running as behind you follows a roiling mass, a ball of snakes, of bugs, of all sorts of awful temple beetles rolling through them as it chases you.
Creepy crawlies.
Oh, no. How is our helpful child doing?
Is it rolling or is it crawling?
It is almost like the ones on top are like scuttling to come around. The ones on bottom are scuttling along the wall, and in the middle it's just this horrible mass of rotating.
Real Katamari Dynasty.
It's a real.
yeah.
It is some sort of ancient archaic
I'm
Katamari
imagining,
Dynasty.
like one of those cheese balls wrapped in herbs. Like it has that sort of aesthetic.
And as you're thinking about that, as your character's thinking about that,
They
Lena,
can't come in spheres.
You sphere them for Christmas, Mark. You sphere them for Christmas. Don't
Jordan.
sit there and tell me you don't sphere them for Christmas.
Jordan, we see the camera sort of swings around and we see your famed explorer. You're holding the artifact that you've just looted from the center of the temple, this sort of stone key. As we see you running, you see a giant spiked pit come up ahead as you take a leap over it. Can I get you to, as you're sort of frozen midair, can you tell us, what does your famed explorer look like?
So my famed explorer's name's Pippa the Skipper. And they're a former vaudeville star from the late 19th century, but then sort of transitioned to silent film. But of course, during World War I, the British film
This is all coming up on the screen as like freeze frame as Pippa is like mid jump over the spike, and it's just exposition coming
The British
down.
film industry kind of fell apart, like most of the film industry in Europe. They made their way to Hollywood, and they've been trying to restart their career, but they've aged out a bit, and then have just gone into legitimate adventuring.
Okay, so how old is Pippa the Skipper?
Look, they were a child star in the late 20th century, and then you'd have to do some maths.
Okay.
Pippa is not willing to do themselves.
Right, so Pippa of young but indiscriminate age, we resume as you jump over the spiked pit. Can I get you to give me a heroics of 5 to clear this spiked pit?
A 5.
5 on the dot. It is just your foot just barely scrapes one of these spikes as you catch yourself onto the ledge on the other side and keep going. The rest of you managing to clear over the way. As Pippa helps you across, we swing the camera around to Lena, your beautiful archaeologist, as you're sort of rushing up ahead.
And she's so hot, and for some reason you all move at a normal pace, but I'm always in slow motion.
Okay, yeah. Every shot.
Somehow keeping up.
Your hair sort of just like wafting.
Like wind, yeah.
Right. So your head just like swings to the side as you see a bunch of sort of like pocked holes into the wall as your foot steps down onto a pressure plate, and you hear darts start to fire. Now you know from your academic research that the acolytes of this temple, they would come through this way and they strike a pose to avoid the darts. Can you tell me what was the name? What was the name of your?
Her name is Dorothy Chalamet. Chalamet being where the beauty obviously comes from, good looks in her family. Do you want to know about her?
Yeah, tell me what she looks like.
She's,
as we sort of time slows down as these darts.
Yeah, and they're like beautifully like moving their hair off as they're going past. So she does look a little bit like me, but hotter. She's got piercing, like, blonde hair and blue eyes, and she, like a beauty queen. We're thinking, like, 30s beauty queen. She's won every pageant she's ever been in. She's a little rich girl, too, so she has all the right products, has, like, you know, every, like, modern thing. Like, she's trying.
Her family owns the museum.
That's right, yeah. That's how she was able to get her education. And so she's quite pristine. She's 21 because next year she gets put out to pasture at the age of old age of 22.
So as we sort of resume, can you give me an academics 5 as you recall what is that pose for those temple acolytes?
This is the. Do I do it?
Yeah.
Okay,
What do you roll?
This is the pose.
But what do you get? What do you get?
7.
Okay, so this is the pose that the temple workers did like thousands of years ago. They kind of vogue a
We all
little
have to
bit.
do it.
Mogging?
Yeah.
Yeah, they mog.
We all have to do it to
Yeah, and as you all sort of come up, you all like strike this pose for a brief moment. You all strike this pose, and as you sort of mog the camera for a moment, you
Mog?
What does mog mean?
sort of like draw your cheekbones in.
No, that's mewing.
That's mewing.
And so if you're in a photo with someone, you could be mewing,
Yeah.
but if you look really attractive in the photo and they don't look very attractive,
You've mogged.
they have been mogged.
Oh, so you're mogging us.
I'm mogging you.
We've been mogged.
Constantly mogging.
And you all manage to continue through. As you continue, the camera sort of pans around. Harry, you're shunned professor. As you sort of arrive up, it seems like even though you managed to come in through this way, you arrive back at a dead end. You know that there is some kind of ritual to get you past. It is not listed in any scholarly book.
No.
As the camera freezes upon you as you try to figure out what sort of mythological needs you may have to sum up to pass. What do you look like, and what is your name?
First I go, Smells like mythology in here.
You can smell it.
He's that close.
Just mythed yourself.
Smells like kind of wet diaper. Actually,
Yeah.
might actually be you.
We don't know that yet.
And so, what does your character look like?
Oh, a character, his name is Dr. Theodore Park. He's wearing a khaki shirt and a cravat that his partner made him.
Yep.
He's got glasses, nerdy. He's a bit old, I reckon like late 40s.
Late 40s.
Okay.
That's near death for the third.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, yeah.
And age appropriate for a woman of my age. Yeah.
I'm the shunned professor, so I believe getting shunned is the 1930s equivalent of being cancelled.
Yes.
My focus in my studies.
Is that specifically why you were shot?
Oh yeah. Well, the reason why I got shunned is I'm a professor of mythology, focusing on the reproductive systems of mythological creatures.
Oh, right.
Everyone thinks that mermaids are found, but I believe they can be made.
Awesome, amazing.
And it's hard to peer review a study about
How much you want to hunt fish.
Yeah.
As time resumes,
Make it whoopee.
Yeah.
Whoopie doopie.
Can you give me?
The birth of Aphrodite.
See, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I get shunned for this?
Well, you found your people as they sort of rally behind you. Can you give me a myth of 5 just to recall the ritual needed to pass through this door?
Can I ever? Fucking myth. 13.
13, amazing. You recall it. What do you do as you get to this sort of stone doorway?
I start to trace my fingers around the outside.
Yeah.
I get a bit nasty with it. I'm licking. I'm getting the.
Yeah, I think you discovered that it needs some kind of blood.
Yeah, like this, and I keep licking. So the first was just for lubrication. Second,
You can see the bugs, the snakes, coming behind you.
Second was for taste. That's just a lubricant. And then I go.
How many fingers are you using?
Just.
It looks like the 2, yeah. I think
Okay,
we can
Big
see.
two.
I feel like a
Theodore-
As I'm really getting.
Sexually
Pistols
rubs his
or Spider-Man?
fingers around the door, and it just
one of these.
it just seems to evaporate into
That's right.
turns to dust as the ritual ahead. It seems no blood needed because you managed to fuck this door.
We're in. We're in.
And we're in.
And you're able to continue running past it just in time as the rolling ball of snakes and bugs. Mark, as the camera sort of pans over to you, we
Yes.
see your character sort of you stop for a second as you're running past at a beautiful, amazing, glittering treasure wall. It is solid gold. There are gems set into the wall that you know that you could just reach out and pluck. It is at this point that your guide sort of rushes up behind you. This is Anton. Anton is your local guide who has helped you, the Spanish man.
Spanish.
It says, "We must get to the boat! The whole temple is falling apart!"
Bonjour.
Do you reach out and pluck one of these?
Do I pluck out a gem?
So as you're sort of thinking about it, the camera slows down. Tell us, what does your character look like?
Well, I'm just a little boy. I'm 4 years old.
I really don't want to kill a 4-year-old, Mark. I don't want to kill a 4-year-old.
Why is it automatically assumed that you'll kill me?
I don't think I will, but it's just I know you seek death.
What age would you kill a child?
Yeah, what level of
Where's
child
the
would you
cutoff?
kill?
Yeah, what's the cutoff?
Because we can have a birthday on the course of the event.
I don't know. I can't.
Well,
I can't commit
I'm
to that on
very
camera.
lucky. That's the thing. I'm a helpful little child. I'm a lucky little boy. My name's Jeremiah Smellsgood. I'm the manager of a coal mine. In my, it's the 30s. They put us to work early.
Yeah.
And you climb.
Yeah, I have a calcium deficiency, and so my gear is just pockets full of wet milk and a prison shank. In terms of the way
Your juice box is broken inside your pocket.
I just it's the 30s. What are we going to carry milk in?
Glass jar.
Glass jar.
No, but I can't be carrying around glass. I'm 4. You don't know what I'm on my.
You have a shank.
I have a prison shank. Yeah,
All right.
it was the only thing I inherited from my father.
All right, so Jeremiah, as we sort of return back.
My eyes are as big as baseballs, and my mouth is as thin as a paper cut.
Oh, you are a little freak.
Wow.
Very sick, thin-lipped toddler.
Yeah.
Resume and
Bad happened to you. You got some mercury or
You have
something.
some kind of is your skin also like pallid and translucent?
Your mother was on the
You got
Lord.
tuberculosis.
No, otherwise I'm normal.
okay.
Just like a centaur is normal from the waist up.
Yeah.
Your
I got
parents
soft
are-
bones.
Your parents are building a shun attic for
Leave me
you.
alone. I'm only 4.
You speak
Well-
good for a 4-year-old.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, I'm not. I'm lucky.
You're precocious.
He
like
has
you've
the
got-
soul
you've
of
got-
a
I don't know what that
21-year-old.
means.
Okay, so Mark, as time resumes back, do you pluck one of these gems?
Yeah. Right.
Can you make a? Can
I know you want me to.
Well, you don't have to.
I don't have to.
You don't have to.
No, I want to pluck the shiny gem because maybe I can sell it and buy a dairy cow.
Great.
Yeah. Suck on that teat. Nice and strong.
You say that out loud. Anton says, "What?" And I need you to roll a luck 5.
A luck 5. It's a luck 17.
All right, you pluck one of the gems, and Anton says, "No!" And you manage to duck just out of the way as a giant iron spike goes and impales your guide into the wall. He goes, "Oh!" And you have to keep running as
I
the sort of
search him.
roiling.
I loot his body just quickly. Just check his pockets for milk.
You check his pockets for milk. You find a scrap of paper that has like a weird rat symbol on it, and like some money, and like that seems to be it.
How much?
While
How
that's
much
happening,
coin?
I grab Jeremiah by the scruff of his shirt and
Yes.
drag him out of the way of danger.
Well, as you, I'd say like a door is just,
Yeah.
and your
My
hand
hand
comes
goes
through
like
and
that,
just gets him just in time, and you wear him as a hat
on the shoulder.
on shoulder.
I'm not
Sorry.
spoiling my hair.
And I got 5 pennies and a dime.
And you start sprinting, and all of you manage to crest up to the exit of this temple, which is just a cliff face. Enter out onto the cliff face, and you'll jump, and as you are just crashing down into the water, we will cut to an ad break. And we return from the ad break as you all crash into the water below. As you, there's like a moment of silence as under the water you try to swim your way up. There's sort of like a rain coming past. It is still so you can't tell if it's night or day due to the sort of the heavy weather that is coming up. And as you sort of come to the surface, you see swimming alongside you are snakes and bugs and things that are slowly dissipating. In this sort of distance, you see a small boat, a ferry boat, come towards you. Or not too small, actually. It's probably like a sort of, it can weather, medium. Like this sort of, it would be like a fishing trawler sort of ship. We're not talking like a dinghy. It sort of putters its way over to you, and you see the captain of the vessel, a man you hired, whose name is Jackson Cornwall, sort of lowers down the ladders and gets you to come up on top of the ship. And that sort of moment of adrenaline wears off, and Pippa, the skipper, you can see as you sort of...
I feel affronted.
Yeah.
Because I'm the captain.
Yeah, there's some tension that has been here.
So I kick him off the boat.
Already?
We hired
check
we
his
hired this
pockets?
guy?
Can you do a quick heroics for me?
Yeah.
Is that heroic?
9. The captain... The captain who rolls much higher with his status. You kick him, he goes, "Oh!"
My name's Pippa. Pippa the skipper. And this is my boat, the Pipsqueak.
We went over this. I'm here to make sure that I can pilot a ship so that when you're diving places, you can be the skipper. I'll just be the pilot.
Yeah, but people only call you captain when I'm not on the boat. Then they call me captain. The captain's the person sitting in the chair unless the captain's on board.
All right, I won't fight you on this, okay, Pippa? Please stop kicking me. I am your employee.
Right.
Okay, and you all like get up onto the boat.
So, sorry about that, Jackson.
As you sort of pat him on the back, Pippa, you know that you hold like what this artifact that you've just looted from this temple is called the Key of Cain, which you know is a pivotal piece to lead you on your pursuit of the golden.
I throw it in the box with all the other things I've stolen.
There's just like priceless artifacts from different cultures. You just chuck it into a box, as is the
Add it
norm
to
at the
the
time.
pile, yeah.
But don't we want to sniff it?
Add that to the list.
I'm kind of
Let's take it to the British Museum to make sure those natives don't
No,
fuck
yeah.
with it. Don't ruin it.
We
As
need-
British,
Give it an audience. That's right. Let people look at it.
This child speaks with uncanny intelligence.
Well, I'm a manager of a coal mine. You know, I've really had to pick up, pull my socks up.
I'm sorry,
mercurial,
but
this
I have to ask you. Can you alter just for verisimilitude? That doesn't sound like a very thin-lipped child. You gave them the smallest, thinnest mouth. I hear you say that again, but with a very small mouth.
Well, the thing you didn't realise is that my ears are as big as a Dorito packet.
Yeah. Narrow your lips.
So the resonance,
This child is not right.
it resonates through, and it works, and then it evens out because I'm not doing a fucking thin lip
You
for
chose
2
it.
hours.
You chose it.
It was just a describer. It was just a bit of fun. Matthew.
I think you should do it so you don't ruin everyone else's immersion. Right? Is it a role-playing game?
Well, I've got the big ears now, all right?
Yeah.
So now you understand.
Yeah, no, I just wanted some justification. If you've got giant ears that reverb your voice, that's fine.
Got to justify every choice.
I'm not listening to any of this because I'm just in the corner having one of those hot girl moments where I've like got another one. I'm like,
Yeah. I'd love to say like whenever you're in frame, it is like that, like Adam's Family Values, like the soft bar light just over your eyes.
And I'm like trying to like get my clothes to stop from sticking to my body. I'm like,
And I'm having
then it
a
just sinks
sexual
again.
awakening.
You're full.
I mean, still, I've got funny feelings in my party.
As you're feeling about this, and as you're sort of like negotiating this strange dynamic, we cut to days later. The ship. Sorry, can you tell me what's the name of the ship again? Oh my God.
It's the
The SS Pipsqueak.
Pipsqueak. That's Pipsqueak.
SS for steamship.
Great.
Is that what you look like, Mark?
It's like a homunculus.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The mouth is smaller. It's thin. It's thinner.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great to have that in our minds. So it is roughly like a week later. You've been on this ship. It is traveling to Siberia, where you know the temple that this key unlocks awaits before you. We find the four of you and the ship's captain. We find the four of you and the pilot of the ship, Jackson Cornwall, sitting in the mess. The rain has sort of upped from this sort of like light storm, and it's only gotten worse as you've got further and further into the sea. There's like a sort of light sort of poker game that's like basically being ignored between the five of you, as Jackson asks, "So I must ask, how does this adventure stack up to some of the other ones you've done in the past?"
All right, I'm going to make a joke here. It's the joke I make every time I walk into this room.
Yeah.
Like, someone better clean this room up.
Because it's the mess.
Yeah, a bit of a mess in here. Ha!
How many times have you done this one?
It's,
This joke.
Yeah.
679 and counting.
That's-
Can I roll to see if I laugh at the joke?
yeah, give me a luck.
A lot.
15.
10.
10. Unfortunately, you don't understand it still.
700 plus times.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
So, I would just love to hear about some of the other adventures you've had.
You know, I'm really excited to be on this one because, you know, I am probably going to have to retire next year. You know?
Oh, Dorothy, why do you have to retire?
Oh, well, you see, when women get to a certain age, they're not really allowed to do anything. So, unfortunately, I will be put in the box.
The box?
What box?
What box?
The shame box. Y'all don't have one of those in your family?
No.
Oh, that's where we put the women of a certain age.
What
So
happens
no
in
one
the
talks
shame?
about
What
it.
happens in the shame box?
Oh, well, you go in and you just stay there until you're forgotten about, which is instant.
You die in the box?
Well, it's a death of sorts.
Does everyone in your family get their own box, or is it just one box?
Oh,
Yeah, like a communal shame box.
I guess the way you could describe it is, I think I've heard the word for it is crypt, maybe?
Right.
Crypt at the local cemetery. They say, come on in here. They did it to my sister just last spring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Well, it's all about, the thing is in my family is you just have to value what you've got when you've got it.
So, is this your last big adventure before?
Well, I sure don't know. Who knows what could happen? Who knows? Because who knows what really happens in what was it? The crypt?
Did you forget?
You just said it a moment ago.
Yeah.
Well, I like to add little padding bits just to give things a bit of emphasis. That's something I learned in my pageant days.
We see Dorothy start to fully do a pageant pose waving.
Yeah.
Right. So, might I ask, you had another member to your crew, Anton, a moment ago. When a few days ago, I noticed he didn't come out. Did he find another way out of the temple?
Hold on. 1 second.
Yeah.
You fucking killed him.
Yeah, I didn't kill him.
No.
But I got this shiny gem.
You pull a gem.
He said, don't or no, and you pulled the gem.
I pulled the
Spike.
gem.
Can I just ask,
Through his
are
body.
you still sitting at the table just having an aside, or did you move somewhere else?
We've moved somewhere else.
Yeah, we've gone under a table.
You're under this table. All right.
I'm
Then Jackson looks at the table and goes, "What are you doing?"
Well, I thought it was another room. I just walked in there. I thought it was a curtain into a room, and it was just under the table. I'm very small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm half a foot.
You're 4 years old.
4-year-old goblin child.
Yeah, I'm half a foot tall.
So you need to get under any
6 inches.
Yes.
you tell this
That is
captain
a
Yes.
that you
that is a-
killed this guy.
homunculus.
Because he's going to think you fucking murdered our only guide,
Yeah.
who we hired.
Yeah.
We also hired this guy,
But the bug
who our other
ball-
guy tried to murder. No, you just have to just accident.
Okay.
I'm just still waving.
We
the whole
Yeah.
time they're talking.
we deported him.
Don't get racial.
We
He's-
deported him.
He.
I was pretty sure he was a German.
Okay.
All right. Well, I suppose it's good that you managed to get him out then.
Yeah.
I
he was
punched a bunch of them during the war.
The Great War, of course.
The only war.
I hope another one doesn't happen.
Oh, me too.
No way. No
I think
way,
we taught
no,
the
no.
Germans their lesson.
Yeah. Now we just got to keep them under. Just
Just keep him.
keep them. Just.
It's hard with this pointy helmet.
Hey, can I ask?
Hope they change it up to something more fashionable if they do it again.
The captain puts his hands. He tries. They're really huge, so it's hard to. But he tries to put his hands over your.
They're not as big as
gigantic
mine.
ears. No, his hands aren't.
His hands aren't as big as
His
my
hands aren't that big, but he tries to cover at least the ear hole, and he goes, "I don't think this is a boy. I think this is some kind of beast, some kind of creature found
No,
in a forgotten temple."
That's my wife.
Oh, you can
My
hear me.
wife will tell you.
Your wife.
Yes.
Your wife.
It's the 30s. We had to grow up quicker back then.
Wait, you had your sexual awakening 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You don't need to be attracted to someone to get married.
Okay. Yeah, he could be a creature, but the most important thing is you didn't kill anyone,
No.
right?
No. Just
Whether he's a creature, whether he's a boy, he's absolutely a liability.
Now, Captain Jack, I have a question.
directed by Guy Ritchie.
I have a question, Captain Jackson.
No,
Sorry,
Vice Captain.
Vice Captain Jackson. You ever seen any mermaids around these parts?
No, I've not seen any mermaids, but I was under the
sure?
impression that they were.
Yeah, they can be made.
According to my education at Cornwall University, those things have been debunked. You know they are things of fiction.
Isn't
No,
that
no,
his
no.
last name?
That's my last name. But also,
you went-
it's a common.
went there.
It's
What
a.
is that?
Is that your university?
Why Cornwall? I mean, I'm 4, but even I know that's
I mean, it's also a place.
Did you make it up? Is a place as well? Is this in Cornwall?
We are legacy families, I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
You.
Right. And he takes you into his little captain's quarters. He goes, "This team you've assembled, are you certain?
I would trust every one of them with my life.
Really?
Yes. They might seem strange to you. They might seem odd. They might seem peculiar.
Or
But
too
you know
hard.
what? When push comes to shove, when the pedal's to the metal, when the limits hit the limit, do you know who we want beside you? Them three, right? Not that crowd, right, who was in the temple.
Right.
I'm telling
Can I say
Jeremiah-
crowd?
I'm telling Jeremiah
say
how
crowd.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it.
Sauerkraut. Have you had it? It's horrible.
I've not had a vegetable in years.
While they're in there,
Why?
I've sat down and I'm doing my top button up, but it keeps undoing, so I just can't.
Just to clarify, because of your gigantic.
My eyes are
Just
popping
like-
out of my head.
So it's like,
Okay.
damn it.
Whoa.
I'll say.
Whoa.
Dr. Theodore
Mummy,
Pug. As you're hearing this just happens. This happens
Yeah.
constantly between these two.
Yeah.
You sort of notice that the captain, not the captain, Jackson Cornwall, the pilot of the ship that you're on, he seems like a little unnerved, and you know for a fact he's had to hire like a new crew recently because he had to like turn it over due to some of the mishaps of the last one, like people leaving because it's so dangerous, some of the expeditions you've been on. And just as you're sort of like looking around, you feel sort of like the rocking of the ship, and you get like this sort of strange sense that you've come to trust.
Okay.
Can you give me a myth roll of 10, please?
Is this just vibe or
This is
or
just
Jackson?
vibe. This is just vibe.
So off the captain.
Yeah, off the captain, off the crew. There's like something. There's some sort of feeling that's
Something's amiss.
All right. Myth roll. What I didn't need to get?
10.
10. 11.
11. So you just managed to feel something, and this feeling spikes as a crewmate comes in. He's just like cleaning up. He has sort of like one of those sort of like fisherman's like beanie like rolled up. He's got like a sort of high collared raincoat as he comes in. He's absolutely soaked. He comes in, he like shakes himself off, and he just seems to be busying himself like cleaning up some stuff around in the mess.
I ask him, hey man,
Hello.
yeah.
Oh, my ears prick up at the
Yeah,
sound
you
of
and
that accent.
you and Jackson Cornwall come back in.
I go, you ever see any mermaids around here?
No, I have never seen any mermaids.
You ever seen a dugong and been like, hell yeah?
I've seen a dugong or two in my
Okay,
my
now we're
time,
talking.
so.
Now we're talking. Okay.
Those dugong, you take some time away, and
yeah.
those dugong start to be quite
yeah.
friendly, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's about the curves.
Mr. Cornwall, can I take a seat? He goes, Greg, of course, come play with us, and sits around the table.
Playtime.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could perhaps be
Greg.
dipped in. Sure, my name is Greg.
It's not a very 1930s name.
Sorry? Like, okay. Like, what are you talking about? What's your name? What's your name?
My name's Pippa. Pippa the Skipper.
I've never met a Pippa in my life. Sounds like a stupid name.
You met me yesterday.
Well, except for you is what I'm saying. And then,
I'm unique.
yeah, so am I. Only Greg I know.
I'll tell you what, I'm not an anachronism. That's for sure.
Excuse me? What you call me?
That's how my dad died from. He had one of those.
Oh,
An
yeah.
anachronism.
Right in the head. Yeah, he started
Yeah.
bleeding from the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what you, no, I'm, what you call me what? Anachrism?
Anachronism.
Anachrism?
Out of your place in time.
Excuse me, he pulls like a giant like knife, puts it onto the table.
I pulled my shank out.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Because I'm on his back already.
is
I've
getting-
crawled up his back like a little spider. And I've put my shank out. Again, I was like, don't you pull out something sharp to my friends.
I pull out a giant lollipop.
Friends is a little bit. It's a little
Well,
bit
you're not my
forward. I would
friends.
say friend is forward for what this is.
Can you roll as he brings the knife up, he
Yeah.
goes to grab you and he lunges as we cut to an ad. And we return back from an ad as his knife continues moving and you see it plunge not into you, not into any of you, but lunges across the table and stabs Jackson Cornwall.
Every single
The pilot.
one.
He goes, "Arr, why? Why?
Oh, but I'll never get my papers.
I never got to reveal I own a university."
I jump in on the action.
All right.
I shank him. I shank Cornwell too.
Can I get...
Cornwall?
Yeah.
Okay, you get the shank on
They're
Cornwall.
shanking a foot.
You get a shank on Cornwall for free,
Yeah.
because he's a dying man. He goes into the deck. He goes, "Why?" And can you give me a heroics of 5 to get Greg?
Well, I got a 7.
7. You do manage to get him. It's quite a small shiv because you are 4 years old.
Yeah.
As it,
But I hit a vein.
you hit him.
I hit a main vein.
You hit something.
You hit a femoral artery.
Because I'm quite
Jugular
well.
right
We
in
can
your
roll
leg.
to see how lucky I am in terms of going for the vein because I would love to bathe in his blood.
We will do that in a moment. We'll do that in a moment.
Okay.
Can I ask what is Dorothy doing amongst all this? What is Miss Chalamet?
Amongst the fight?
Amongst the fight, yeah, there's people
saying-
stabbing.
I'm saying,
You see a
"Boys."
giant lollipop get pulled.
Boys!
Boys! Boys! Boys!
There's a blood spurt goes
Yeah.
past you as you're
Yeah.
waving your hands.
Boys, let's talk this out. You see, I got a book on how to communicate with each other.
It's too late, Mama. I'm shanking him.
Can you please roll an academics to open this book? You're going to need to hit a 19.
Okay. A 7.
7. You pull out a book of communication. You start like leafing through it, and you get to altercations.
Boys. It says don't.
Okay. Can we get?
I need to see.
Can we get a luck to see how you hit the vein? Give me to get across like the main artery in the neck with your tiny little shiv.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's only 12. 16. Okay, it hits that main vein, but I will say he moves. You have tiny little kid hands.
Is it a vein or is it
stays in? It's an artery. It's an artery.
It's an artery.
And he stands, and you manage to drop off of him, but you see it's in there. You can already see blood like pulsing around the outside of it.
Yeah. It's not like an Oren Ishii moment where I just bathe in the blood splatter. It's okay if it's not.
Yeah.
It can just be my little fantasy.
No, you bathe in some blood.
Bathe in Cornwell's blood.
Okay, and you feel yourself grow strong.
Blood of the
I'm gonna
ancients.
tie
This is why you do it.
Tie the anchor to the foot of the assailant and then throw the anchor overboard.
Okay, but before, didn't I see some mythology on this?
Shouldn't we do a mythology check on the blood?
Okay.
Oh,
It's
I'm going to say
growing strong.
both these things happened at the same time. So what exactly are you doing to sort of determine the like sort of unnatural nature of him?
I want to collect his blood.
Okay.
Because I think the blood, that's something.
For sure.
I know in my
Can
mythology
you give me a myth of just 10 on this, and for you I'll get a heroics of to get the anchor.
No, I just need the
tie it
rope.
down. Just the rope?
Yeah.
That ties the anchor.
And then I'll go and throw the anchor overboard.
Okay, so you just want to tie the rope for now.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's going to be like a 5.
Okay.
Oh, we're not throwing the dude.
Not yet.
We'll find out.
Hell yeah. All right.
So, give me that.
12.
12. You go to collect some of his blood as you try and get it from the source, and you manage to like accidentally like rub like just underneath his neck with the blood, and you see that he's wearing makeup and he's covering up a tattoo, and your instincts lead you to just wipe it, and you see this strange sort of like it is like a wall with a sort of rodent-like shadow cast up upon it, like going sideways.
So I've rolled a rat.
You rolled a 1.
So I think I've gone to I've got my hands tangled up in the rope of the anchor, and then I've like walked onto a rake and it's hit me in the face, and then I've fallen backwards upside down into a barrel and just my legs.
And as your legs are kicking, you see like the sort of switch a lever, like kicks the lever, and you hear like, as you know, the anchor has just been dropped that you are tied to.
Jiminy Crickets has happened again!
What do you want to do?
I'm still sort of trying to diffuse the situation.
Okay.
And I'm throwing all the artifacts from the artifact.
Okay. No, you find like a crystal gem skull. You like throw it, and you're throwing it at him.
At him.
The assassin.
The assassin. Yeah.
And I try to swallow 12 to 14 quarts of the man's blood to drain him so that then we can harvest his organs and sell them on the black market.
And it is magic blood, remember?
What is it?
Well, that's my I sniffed it on him.
If I swallow enough, it'll make me vomit.
Yeah.
And then I'll vomit it out.
So very, very different approaches. Can you give me a heroics of 6 here? Just to throw some of these artifacts.
I cannot.
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
You throw one of them. He like manages to dodge out of the way. It like smashes against the wall. Like 10,000-year-old ancient skull artifact just turns to dust.
Why did you do? And I hear that, and I'm just like,
I know where it was buried.
That's Pippa's box of shit.
That's my box. Don't go throwing my skulls around.
It's okay. They bury them for us to find.
No, but
go in the shame box.
It's shattered into a million pieces.
It's okay.
If that box is empty when I get out of there, you're going inside it.
You buffoons will never be able to overcome the shadow of the rat.
Yeah, well, you're an idiot. You're not meant to pull the thing out because now you're going to die quicker.
Well, guess what? I wish for death. And he like lunges into the middle of the table to grab the key that you just looted from the temple, and he runs out onto the deck of the ship.
Well, I've attached myself to his neck and I've got my mouth over the hole.
You're sucking up that. And like a mosquito, he is numb and he doesn't even
full
know.
belly.
You're like, you've got full tick mode.
Yeah. just to drain his blood.
Yeah, can he drain it quick enough that
just
he's
a
like
sphere with a very
strength?
thin mouth?
Yeah.
I will say
That's why it's so thin.
because
How are you draining so much blood through such a thin mouth?
There's no leakage.
You justify it.
It's a
It's like a
perfect seal.
tight, airtight seal.
Okay.
The ears, the big ears help the inflow.
The pressure must be up.
Because the shank, funnily enough, is the same width and thinness as my mouth.
Like Mac and me.
It's
Yeah,
a 1
like
to
Mac
1
and me.
ratio. Yeah.
May I ask? Okay, so you can either do this with mythology or luck. This is going
Okay.
to tell us something. If you do this with luck, it's going to be much higher. If you do it with mythology, it's lower, but you're going to have to commit to something. So I believe this creature is not human. Me, Matt, believes this thing is not human. If you will agree to that, I'll allow you to roll mythology 2 to drain this man of his blood. Otherwise, this is going to be a luck to be this cursed baby. That's your choice.
Okay.
The luck will be 15.
All right. I also don't think he's human.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Well, I mean, I'm on the edge, so it would
Give me
make
that
sense
mythology
that.
2. Give me
All
that
right.
mythology 2.
Mythology 2.
What?
3.
3.
Thank God.
Yes, you are some sort of demon, homunculus, creepy little creature, and you just. And you are filling with blood. He is paling. He seems to be like starting to pass out as he gets onto the deck of ship, but he's fighting on. He's close to death. Nobody has done anything to help.
I'm a helpful child.
Yeah, you're helping yourself do some blood, but nobody has done anything to help Pippa the Skipper. So Pippa the Skipper, I'm gonna need you to make a 10 heroics as the anchor drops off of the side and the rope goes taut.
I've rolled a 1.
Okay. The anchor goes.
I have
you see Pippa the Skipper go as the rope like goes taut, whipping you around, the bucket shattering on the ceiling as your hands whip you around the room and you fly out of a window and you're sort of flopping onto the deck of the ship. What is everybody else doing?
Jeremiah,
Oh, well, they're safe now. They're safe now.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
What were you gonna do?
I was gonna like use the blood as like a projectile. I was gonna projectile vomit into the bucket and then do like a pressure thing to shoot. But they're on the deck, so it's fine.
Deck.
I'd like to do it anyway, though.
Okay, can you tell me what you're doing exactly?
I'm getting dragged towards the abyss.
So, all right. So, because we're trying to stop.
Yeah.
We're on the neck. I'm on the neck of the man we're trying to stop.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
blood's not draining him. It's not working. So.
I mean, it's working. You're just full. Like this man is orders of magnitude bigger than you.
Right.
And your body is already swollen from blood, but it's
Yeah,
like
you're not a TARDIS.
No, right? Well, I don't think you can say that anymore.
No, I can.
I think oh, right. Oh, it's the 30s. Yeah, you can say it in the 30s. So I jump.
We say it in every second sentence.
Yeah,
So,
we're
alright.
watching a movie that the character. It's been edited for a modern audience, but they are saying that word.
I'm a helpful child. I'm a helpful child. I'm just a little boy. So I jump off the neck
Yeah.
of the assailant. My belly's full of blood.
Yeah.
Ears as big as packets of Doritos.
A mouth as thin as a drawing.
Yeah, right. So I jump off. I'm in the air. I spit my blood down to Pippa, right, in like a projectile way, to then lift them up off the deck and use their flailing
Trying to
body
hit like a bank
to
shot.
land on the assailant and stop them before they.
All right.
And crush them so that then we have them and maybe we can collect their bones and sell them or whatever it is. See what kind of creature.
You're
it
using
is.
some crazy blood powers. I'll give you like a mythology of like 19.
Oh God. 3.
3. You vomit blood onto the deck.
I don't feel good. This feels wrong.
All right.
Oh, my name's Pippa. Pippa the Slipper. Oh, I'm slipping around on these blood.
Oh, we got a vaudeville act.
Is there anything either of you would like to? Yeah.
I say, after the dude that we're trying to stop, I say, hold on, wait, watch this, and I take all my clothes off.
A classic move.
Yeah.
We seem to love this move.
And but
We fully Bugs Bunny.
I start like lightly tapping.
Both of
Just
this
this does result in me getting a little stiffy, which can help.
This is going to be. We don't have. We don't.
It's going to get you on a list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But as I'm saying it, I'm saying, tell me what you know.
Now, okay, I'm going to ask you. We have the skills that we have to play with today are heroics, academics, luck, and mythology. What do you think your
You could
action?
Just with a couple more lines on luck. You could just change that first letter.
Yeah, I would argue this is actually coming from an academic place because she's a highly intelligent person who understands sort of what she's working with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and she's read some books.
For this
about-
behavior, for this dying man, give me an 18 for academics.
13.
You've read the wrong books. As this man is dying, he looks at you and goes, "That's so hot." And he takes from his pocket, he takes a cyanide pill to put into his mouth, and he gets up onto the bow of the ship. He goes, "This key would be lost at the bottom of the ocean for the glory of the shadow."
Someone do something.
Blood power.
Well, I've already used my blood
Can
power.
I get a
I'm vomiting,
heroics?
I'm sick.
Can I get a heroics of this final moment? Just a 12. 17. Okay. As you're able to, I'll give you a choice.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your momentum to? Do you want to free yourself, or do you want to use your momentum to try and catch that key?
Yeah, so I'm being pulled towards the edge of the boat by the anchor.
Yeah, but you're sort of moving towards
my
it.
feet are going to hit the side
Yeah.
of the deck,
Yes.
and then I'm going to catapult myself upwards.
Yes.
Right, and I'm going to catch the thing.
The key as he like throws it into the ocean.
Yeah, and then I'm going to throw it on deck and then grab the edge of the boat.
Amazing.
From the
As you sort of pivot into the air for this one moment, but what you didn't do was untie yourself.
No.
from the
Oh,
anchor.
no,
So
I'm
you managed
one
to
arm
catch
and I'm
this.
still being dragged
He
down by
crunches the cyanide pill just as you catch it. He goes, "Oh wait, no," and falls into the ocean, and you're pulled off of the
Dangling.
ship. No, I'll say because you chose to grab the key, you're pulled off the ship. You will see them crash into the water, and as you're on here, we like on this boat, like leaning over the edge, you see a giant rock come out of the waves, and the ship crashes. You are thrown, all of you, overboard into the icy depths. And that is the end of episode 1.
Oh my
I
god.
was really hoping a half woman, half fish would rescue me.
Me too!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you just fuck it.
Yeah.
On the next episode of Trope RPG.
Tell us what's happening! What is happening?
no!
What?
Pippa the Skipper,
Yeah.
you are holding this sort of circular key and you managed to cling on to this as well.
Throw it into the ocean.
No!
He's got a foreskin like a bloody bag you keep a bowling ball in.
I've kept my pennies and dimes, and
My
I've kept the
mistake.
gems.
My mistake.
No, I didn't make the choice. I said skin pops.
I'm going crazy! I'm going crazy! I'm in a fever dream right now! Stop it!